Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 302 Sports, and more importantly, welcome to Judy Johnson Field at Frawley Stadium. Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell, bringing you, of course, baseball in the state of Delaware at the high school level. Caesar Rodney, the Riders, taking on the Newark Charter School Patriots. And, of course, Jason, this is actually an interesting matchup because it's the first time these two teams have ever played each other.
Absolutely. Newark Charter, of course, just getting back into baseball, reopening. And they've had a great team the last few years. We're ranked high this year, off to looking for their first win, Benny. They struggled out of the gate, but they had the tough schedule out of the gate, and don't get any easier with Slazy Annam coming up Monday.
Yes, Newark Charter School 0-3 on the season. Of course, all 3 road games, and we'll recap them for you right now. Of course, losing 12-8 to open the season against Caravel, and of course 9-6 against Redline, and of course the most recent one, a shutout 5-0 against Appoquinimink. For Caesar Rodney, things are starkly different for them. 4-1 to start the year, 3-0 on the road. Of course, today a road matchup against Newark Charter School here at Frawley. To look at their the scores, they've blown some teams out, Jason.
Yes, they have, and they're a really offensive team. Even the one they lost, I believe they scored 11 runs to our 5th-ranked team in Hodson and lost 12-11 in a 9-inning game the other day. So they really can score, and they really pound the baseball.
Yes, 27-0 to open up their season against First State Military Academy. Almost hung a 30 spot on them. 10-0 they beat Milford in their second game of the season. 17-2 over Laurel. Of course, as Jason mentioned, the loss to Hodgson. It was a hollow one, of course, 12-11. Just 1 run short. And their most recent shutout was over Seaford, 7-0. Looking at these two teams, they're built kind of differently. Of course, Caesar Rodney can really put up a ton of runs, but Caesar Rodney does have excellent pitching.
Yes, they do. And it's really, like you said, the one game where they gave up many runs was to Hodson. And I've seen Hodson 3 times. They can pound the baseball also. So a very good pitching staff over there for the Riders.
And pitching for the Riders today will be Matthew Atkinson. The last time he towed the rubber, 4 innings, 6 Ks. That was against Laurel. For, of course, Newark Charter, they'll go with Ellis Dorr, who has not pitched yet this season, of course, or has had a performance noteworthy so far this season. Newark Charter, they take the field first. Caesar Rodney will take some swings to start this one off, and, of course, it is brought to you, of course, by 302 Sports. Let's look at that Caesar Rodney lineup to start things off. Tommy Pomato, he will, of course, bat leadoff and play shortstop. Batting second and playing center field is Kyle Cungies. Of course, after that, Jackson Rail, he, of course, plays second base. Sam Irvin, the first baseman, bats cleanup. And, of course, batting for Mason Brewer, the catcher, is designated hitter Chris Friend. Parker Garrison is sixth in the lineup, and he will play in left field. Brandon Hatch, he, of course, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, Matt Atkinson, who, of course, is the pitcher. And rounding out the lineup, the right fielder, Austin Russell. Of course, defensively, Newark Charter lines up as follows. Ellis Dorr, the pitcher. The catcher for tonight's game is David Hautov. He will be batted for by John Velterhoff, who is the designated hitter. Playing first base is Logan Vivian. Of course, playing second is Kevin Boublil. Playing shortstop and batting in the fifth position will be Ryan Walsh. And, of course, we'll get out when they bat in the bottom half of the first inning. At third is Kevin Boublil, Batting shortstop, playing second will be Nick Dalton. I'm getting my positions here mixed up. Playing in the left field position is Ben Scannell. Playing center field for the Patriots is Brett Callahan. And rounding out the lineup and defensively is Sean Kelly. Ellis Dorr getting his warm-up pitches in. 44 degrees here at Frawley Stadium, Jason. Not baseball weather.
No, absolutely not. And on the way over here, I was listening to the Phillies pregame. They were saying that they should start Major League Baseball should start the season in places where they have dome stadiums or a warm weather thing because they thought it was too cold for Phillies tonight. But what a beautiful ballpark here, Benny, and no cheap home runs in this place.
No, Frawley Stadium, the home to the Wilmington Blue Rocks, and quite a few Major League Baseball players have played here. So it's always a treat to have these kids play in a place where one day some pros will play as well, or of course call their home for quite some time. The Rocks are on the road. Their season has started, but again, being on the road with course, gain access to being able to play on this field for tonight's game. All right, going into this one, Jason, what does Newark Charter have to do to win?
I think Newark Charter has to play some solid defense, some good pitching, because Cesar Rodney can score a lot of runs.
Mm-hmm.
But we also said Cesar Rodney has a good pitching staff. So I think they want to try and keep Cesar Rodney off the board as best as they can, maybe hold him to 3 or 4 runs, and play a clean defensive game. That's where they've been struggling the most.
Once again, leading things off for Cesar Rodney is Tommy Pomato. Last time he, of course, had his big game was as a pitcher. He had 5 no-hit innings, 10 strikeouts against Milford, and of course he can get the job done when it comes to swinging the lumber. Alistor takes his sign, kicks and delivers, and this one outside for ball 1.
And it's always adrenaline rush playing at the stadium, Benny. And so let's see if the pitchers are a little nervous early in this one.
Doors 1-0, and that'll be a strike, so it's back up to 1-1. Bit of a thinned-out crowd here in Frawley Stadium. People still filing in. Curveball outside, and call that one a ball as well, 2-1.
Before this game, Benny, they had a Pennsylvania high school game here.
Ellis Doors 2-1. Just a little high. Looked like a strike there, but it'll go to 3-1.
Strike zone is the width of the umpire.
And this one is outside. An inauspicious start with a walk to Tommy Pomato.
Yeah, and that's one thing. You don't want to lead off walks normally come back and hurt you, Benny. They score a lot of times. You never like to have that leadoff walk as a pitcher. But like I said, a little nerves probably pitching here at Frawley Stadium.
Dorr will check first. Batting now, Kyle Cumgies.
Left-handed batter.
And Dorr steps off the mound. You can tell he's a little, I guess, nervous after that first at-bat. 5-pitch walk. Dorr sets and delivers. This one fouled. Back over the Pivot Physical Therapy patio.
Yeah. Fans chasing it, but in high school you have to give the ball back, Benny.
Yeah, there's no souvenirs here.
Unlike the Blue Rocks games.
As the PA announcer reminds everyone. Dorr once again checking over first. And must think something's up. Pomato gets his lead. Dorr gets his sign. The 0-1 to Cumgies. Swing and a miss, and it'll go to 1-1, or 2-1, excuse me, 0-2.
Yeah, 0-2. Good pitch there by Dorr. Like you said, maybe settling in a little bit. He seems to get in the groove on this batter.
Another check over to first.
Yeah, he's doing a good job keeping them close. Maybe Cesar Rodney probably steals a lot of bases this year, so I think his goal is to keep him as close as he can.
Jackson Rail in the on-deck circle. Great curveball there, but a steal attempt by Tommy Pomato is successful, and of course they'll move a runner 90 feet to second base with a 1-2 count.
Yeah, and a good pitch to steal on is the curveball, like you said, Benny. He got a good jump also. And they're going to watch him closely at second base as the shortstop comes in.
Next pitch, and it is a bit of a pitch out there, a wide curveball, and the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, one thing in high school baseball, there is a pitch count.
He's burning through them really quickly.
Yeah. It's 85, I think, through the first 5 games, and 105 after the first 5 is the limit. After the first 5 games is the limit.
Another check over to second now. Looks like Pomato is definitely affecting Dorr a little bit here.
And that's why, like I said, there's leadoff walks, especially when it's a speedy guy. Really puts pressure on the pitching staff and the defense.
Doors 2-2 is now 3-2.
Yeah, that was a nasty curveball. I think it fooled everybody here.
But not good enough to
be
put over for a strike. So a full count now. Runner at second. Nobody out here.
See if they
the top of the first. Another foul ball for Cumgies. This one going back towards the Pivot Physical Therapy patio. And we'll stay at 3-2.
And I always mention the pitch count because like a batter like this, he's taking you deep in the count. Wasting pitches like that just adds up.
Ellistor from the stretch. Grounder, this one foul, so we'll just burn another pitch here for Ellistor.
Yeah, good contact, good two-strike defensive hitting. But he also hit it in the right spot. If you're going to make the out, hit it to the right side of the field, advance that runner to third base with less than 2 outs.
That is a smart offensive play, one of the reasons why Cesar Rodney has a ton of runs scored so far on the season early on.
And Benny, I think with a couple of upsets earlier in this week, Cesar Rodney has a chance to crack the top 10 this week in our 302 Sports baseball rankings. So tune in Wednesday night when we reveal them on 302 Sports Weekly.
I'll try him at second, but Pomado is back in time. Ryan Walsh, the shortstop.
It seems like a timing play. They look at the shortstop. He waits for the pitcher thing, and it's a timing thing. And unfortunately, just a little slow getting the ball there.
And this long at-bat will finally end as Cumgies is struck out.
Yeah, like you said, good long at-bat, but a nice strikeout there by Dorr. Gets the first out of the inning.
Jackson Rawl steps in, the second baseman, right-handed hitter, so with one out, he'll try and get Pomado home. Or at least advance him 90 feet.
Right.
First pitch to Rawl. This one a strike on a great breaking ball there for Ellistor.
Yeah, we've seen him throw a lot of breaking balls early in this one.
Ellistor, the senior for the Patriots of Newark Charter. Of course, their manager is Brian Lesher. And this one a grounder. Walsh, he'll allow the runner to advance 90 feet, throws to first. Vivian there to receive the ball. And with one more out, it's now 2 outs, runner at third for Sam Irvin.
And now as a catcher, you have to be ready to block balls with the runner just 90 feet away. And here it has a long backstop. The ball gets by the catcher. It could play the run here.
First pitch door to Irvin. This one outside, and Jason, you called it almost there. A bouncer to the plate, and one the catcher is able to recover in time.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like I said, as a catcher, with that runner on third base and only 90 feet away, you have to be ready to block everything.
Another breaking ball outside. It's now 2-0. Staying away from Sam Irvin here, and I don't blame him. Irvin had a 2-run home run versus Milford earlier this season.
Yes, he did.
The 2-0. Catches the edge of the plate there for a 2-1 count. Hitter's count.
Yes. With
a runner at third and 2 outs here in the top of the first.
It seems like everything he's thrown him so far has been all speed, Benny. I don't think he wants to give him a fastball.
Gives another breaking ball and another one over for a strike. So we move to our final strike of the inning at 2-2. Deuces wild, 2-2 count, 2 outs here.
And the batter's 22.
Love it when things line up. Doors 2-2 count, swing and a miss, and that will wrap up the top of the first. No harm, no foul, no hits, and 1 walk and a runner left on for Cesar Rodney. We'll go to the bottom of the first here, of course, from Frawley Stadium. It's 302 Sports.
No matter where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
And welcome back to Frawley Stadium here, 302 Sports, bringing you high school baseball in the state of Delaware. Caesar Rodney making the 1-hour trip up north here to Wilmington, and of course taking on the Newark Charter School Patriots. And of course their lineup goes as follows. Leading off, Brett Callahan, the center fielder. Ellis Dorr, the pitcher. He will, of course, get a chance to bat this inning because he bats second. Kevin Boublil, of course, is third baseman. Logan Vivian, the first baseman, he will bat fourth. Ryan Walsh, the shortstop, in fifth. Sean Kelly, the right fielder, bats sixth. Seventh is Ben Scannell, the left fielder. Of course, the designated hitter batting for the catcher is John Velterhoff. And rounding out the lineup, the second baseman, Nick Dalton.
Yeah, it's a good lineup, Benny. They put up 8 runs against the number 1 team, Caravelle, to open this season. Struggled a little bit since then, but I'd like to see if they can score some runs here tonight.
Of course, Newark Charter School is managed by Brian Lesher. That name might sound familiar for some hardcore baseball fans because he's a former Major League Baseball player, drafted in the 25th round by the Oakland Athletics. Of course, he was an outfielder for quite some time, playing 2 years in Oakland. Of course, also had time in Seattle and Toronto with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he was. He got around, Benny, and he was like you said. It's good to have people who played baseball as the managers. It really helps these kids out.
Brett Callahan leads us off. The lefty facing off against Matt Atkinson. The last time Atkinson towed the rubber, as we said in the pregame show, 4 innings and 6 strikeouts versus Laurel. Starts us off with the ball here. 1-0 count to Callahan. And this one, a fly ball hit to center field, and it will be corralled in by the center fielder, Kyle Cumgees, for the first out in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, it's really important to get that first out. Like I said, there were some nerves on the Newark Charter side. Caesar Rodney, it's always important to get that first out.
So a fly out to start us off here in the bottom of the first. Now, of course, we turn our attention to the pitcher, Ellis Dorr, who, well, if you're looking at the screen right now, the pitcher is not using any kind of protection, nor is he using batting gloves.
No, he is not. And normally don't see that, especially we mentioned it was cold out. And that's going to sting if you get on the right part of the bat.
He's a tough guy out there. This one draws the count to 1-1.
But at least the rain, snow stayed away today, Benny.
Yeah, snow was in the forecast. Ellis Dorr fouling this one, and it will find its way into the stands here at Frawley Stadium for a 1-2 count.
Took the spin back on the chairs. It's like my golf shot.
Of course, to wrap up our conversation about Brian Lesher, he, of course, was drafted in the 25th round of the 1992 draft, and he's one of 95 University of Delaware Blue Hens to be signed or drafted by Major League Baseball. But there's only one Hall of Famer, Jason.
Only one Hall of Famer.
Only one Hall of Famer.
From the University of Delaware.
Do you know who that is?
I do not.
That'll be our little question throughout the game. We'll play that game for you. But, of course, you think about University of Delaware, you think about tons of baseball players, and this one
strike 3, I believe.
Finds itself inside. Looked like it was coming close to Dorr, but it'll be strike 3 nonetheless. He'll go down looking. And that'll bring up with 2 outs Kevin Boublil.
And he has some power here, Benny. Last year he hit a ball, triple in this ballpark here at Frawley Stadium.
Excuse me, Boublil is his name. First pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, he does have some power, and from the right side against Matt Atkinson, who does have a pretty good fastball, he'll get a chance here to put one out. Atkinson winds and fires. This one finds the edge of the plate for an 0-2 count now.
Hey, he's coming firing strikes, Benny, which is always a good sign. Get ahead of hitters.
By my count, only 1 or 2 balls so far for Atkinson. He is absolutely throwing darts. Next pitch, can't quite catch the edge. So it'll be a 1-2 count.
Yeah, it was a great pitch, though. Throw it around the outside corner, try and get the call. Even if it's a little outside, you're setting up in a good position.
Logan Vivian in the on-deck circle. Atkinson, that one almost finding a way to hit Boublil there, and he'll go to 2-2.
Deuce is wild again, Benny.
2 outs and a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the first. Another pitch coming inside. Another pitch striking out a Patriot looking. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We'll take another break and join you in the top of the second here at Frawley Stadium.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
And welcome back to 302 Sports from the break. Of course, Newark Charter School, the Patriots, taking on the Riders of Caesar Rodney. Through 1, nothing going so far. No hits. 1 runner did reach base for Caesar Rodney, but of course, Mason Brewer, the catcher, is being batted for by the designated hitter, Chris Friend, to start us off. Friend, of course, had a grand slam against First State Military Academy to start the season, so he's swinging a hot bat so far. And he gets to start off the fly ball to center field. This one tracked down by the Patriots for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Brett Callahan.
Yeah, good pitch there, right in the arm. In the hands, jammed him. Gets that soft fly out to center field.
It's exactly what Ellis Dorr needed after a very long inning of labor for the first. And, of course, 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring Parker Garrison, the left fielder, to the plate, and batting from the left side of the plate. Curveball comes inside and gets Garrison to the edge of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, it looks like Caesar Rodney has some balance of right-handed and left-handed hitters in the lineup and spread them out pretty good.
The 0-1 for Dorr. Another one, same location for strike 2.
Yeah, and since that first batter walk, he's been throwing a lot of strikes and a lot of breaking balls.
Goes inside, and, well, we kind of did the broadcaster's jinx there. Pat Garrison hit by a pitch, and he will find his way on despite an 0-2 count.
Yeah, and that's the one, like you said, announcer's jinx. After I just said he was throwing strikes, he hit by the pitch.
His second walk on the day, that'll bring Brandon Hatch up to the plate, the third baseman for Caesar Rodney. Last time a runner was on, it, of course, distracted Dorr quite a bit. Threw over to first, and, well, this one goes into the dirt for his first pitch. 1-0 count to Hatch.
And a good job blocking that plate again. With the ability of him throwing a lot of curveballs, you have to have a catcher that's willing to go down and block the ball.
This one can't quite catch the edge, so it'll be a 2-0 count here with 1 out in the top of the second.
And since I said he was throwing a lot of strikes, he hasn't thrown 3 straight out of the strike zone.
Maybe you can reverse jinx him.
Yes.
And Dorr will check on Garrison at first, but nothing going on. Door from the stretch. This one will be ripped foul down the right field line, and of course will bring us our first strike. And it is at bat against Brandon Hatch, 2-1.
Yeah, and good job by good 2-0 pitch. You just swing it hard and don't mind when you're ahead in the count. Try and rip the ball down the field.
2-1 count. Matt Atkinson is in the on-deck circle, but this one fly lifted down the right field line, and oh boy, Vivian could not track that one down. It will fall, but that is, you can see Ellisdor not too happy with that one. He should be 2 outs.
Yeah, and when I see 3 guys there, I thought maybe it might fall in the Bermuda Triangle, but that's a tough play. The first baseman's running back. But like you said, it needs to be, especially if you're pitching, you want that ball to be caught.
Ellisdor have to barrel himself out now. The 2-2 to Hatch. Just outside, not catching the edge of the plate, and he'll go to 3-2.
Now let's see if they send the runner in motion here on a full count, Manny.
Full count, top of the second here. Runner on. No hits, though, so far for either team. And Matt Atkinson in the on-deck circle. Ellisdor from the stretch. This one ripped into left field, and it will find its way down over the head of the left fielder. And this one could net. Garrison to the plate at will. He rounds third, and he will find himself at home plate. The relay to third, not in time. And Brandon Hatch has the first hit of the game and the run with a lead-off, with a one-out triple here in the top of the second.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Like we said, full count pitch. I believe the runner was off on the pitch, which allowed him to score on the hit. And like you said, the relay not in time to get him in a triple. For the first hit of the game is a triple. And that's the one thing about this ballpark being so big, Benny, that if you get the ball over the outfielder's head, it's going to roll for a while and make that easier to score from first base.
Ben Scannell could not get to that one as it was hit over his head. Again, Brandon Hatch with the RBI there. Parker Garrison scores the first run. And with 1 out now, a 1-0 count to the pitcher, Matt Atkinson. And they're bringing the infield in for the Patriots, as it looks like they're trying to prevent another run from scoring. Atkinson fouls this one back towards the sweets here at Frawley, all falling before our cameraman, Len Evans, and a 1-1 count.
Trying to get this count back correctly on your scoreboard. There we go.
Door sets. And the 1-1 is outside, and the catcher dropped it there, but it'll go to 2-1. Ball didn't get far enough away to draw Hatch off third.
No, and it won't take much here at this stadium for if it gets away. 9 times out of 10, you're scoring here.
And a lot of room behind home plate in the backstop. This one catches the edge and will draw the count even at 2-2.
Yeah, good pitch. Right on the corner there. He wants to get out of this inning with stranding that runner on third base.
Next pitch ripped, and it'll be a base hit, and that will bring Hatch home as Matt Atkinson helps his own cause with a 1-out single, and of course that RBI. Bring to the plate now Austin Russell with a 2-0 lead for Cesar Rodney.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. 2 strikes, Jordan up the swing. With the infield drawn in, all you had to do was hit it over the shortstop's head and before the fielder, and you knock in a RBI. And like you said, he helps his calls.
We're getting a
courtesy runner probably for the pitcher.
Getting a courtesy runner in, and it's Jalon Patton.
Now,
the junior, who of course also plays the outfield.
The key about the courtesy runner is he has to come in every time for him. They can't bring in somebody else.
Okay. Well, smart thing to do, of course, for the pitcher, Matt Atkinson.
Pitcher and the catchers normally get courtesy runners.
Once again, another speedster on the bag to draw Doors' concentration away from Austin Russell, who squared a bunt there, but did not make contact, so we'll go to 1-0. Two hits so far for Cesar Rodney, 2 runs as well, a single and a triple have netted them 2 runs so far in the top of the second inning.
You can see why Cesar Rodney scores a lot of runs.
A lot of offense on this team. Another pitch that will find the strike zone there, 1-1 with 1 out still here in the top of the second. And, of course, Newark Charter School, they are at double play depth, trying to get out of this one relatively unscathed with 2 runs succeeding so far. Another check over to first. Patton beats the throw back. You can tell Doerr's just not too comfortable when, of course, there's a runner on first, especially one that has some speed.
Right, and he's always, like you said, he's always looking over there, and it might be affecting the way he's pitching to the plate.
The 1-1, that one, did it hit Russell?
The umpire put his hands up, so I'm thinking it was a hit by a pitch, Benny.
And it did. I don't think Austin Russell felt it at first, but nonetheless, a hit by a pitch, the second of the inning for Ellis Doerr, and not a great inning at all for Newark Charter School.
Yeah, not like you said, not bad inning here. A couple hit by batters, Benny, and to go along with the single and the triple.
So 1 out here in the second, and of course the lineup flips over for Tommy Pomato, who walked in his first at-bat. First one just off the corner, it'll be ball number 1. Pomato got as far as third, of course, to start the game off in the top of the first.
Yes.
Right now it's a chance to break this 2-0 lead over to a 3-0 lead. That one somehow caught the edge there for strike number 1 of this at-bat. 1-1 count with 1 out.
Yeah, like you said, from up here, it looked like it was just slightly outside, but the umpires thought it caught the corner and called it a strike.
David Hotov, of course, framing that one up. This one grounded to third and past the third baseman, and will load things up here for Cesar Rodney with 1 out for Kyle Cumgees.
Great piece of hitting there. Hits it down the line, like you said, by the third baseman. Thing with the bases loaded, Benny, is you have a force out at any plate, any base. So you could probably play the middle infielders back at double play depth.
Patton at third, Russell at second, Tommy Pomato at first, and here comes the center fielder, Kyle Cumgees, and that one, of course, inside, but will not be far enough away to advance the runner. Elvis Doerr now has to tightrope out of danger. He's allowed 3 hits just this inning. He, of course, has hit 2 batters and has allowed 2 runs already for the Patriots of Newark Charter.
This could be a potential big inning with the bases full here.
There's a strike right down Broadway, and he'll draw the count even at 1-1.
We said they're back up to the top of the lineup, so a lot of damage could be done this half inning.
Doerr kicks and fires. That one inside, and he'll go to 2-1.
Yeah, with the bases loaded, you don't want to fall behind the batter, because then you're gonna have to throw him some good pitch to hit.
If there's any good omen coming Doerr's way, he did strike out of course Cumgees in the first at bat. This one a little low, and will draw to 3-1.
Great hitters count here, Benny. Great hitters count, and nowhere to put them.
Well, Doerr's been erratic today, so maybe you give Cumgees the red light here and try to walk a run in. I'll draw full now, 3-2 with 1 out.
That one, Benny. He was taken all the way, I believe.
So Cumgees trying to avenge his strikeout and bust this one wide open here in the top of the second from Frawley. Doerr kicks, delivers, and he walked him. And he'll walk in a run, his 3rd walk of the inning. And it's now 3-0 in favor of the Riders.
Yeah, and that's tough. Like you said, he nowhere to put him. He walks him with the bases loaded. And we're going to have a conference on the mound here, Benny.
Brian Lesher coming out to, of course, talk to Ellis Doerr, who has not had a great inning at all after getting a fly out to start things off. He's allowed hit by a batter, a walk, a single, or of course, a triple, a single, another hit batter, a single, and now a walk to walk in a run and make this one 3-0.
I was trying to see if there was anybody warming up at the pen, Benny, but it's a little out there, a little a little ways, but I'm sure
Doesn't
they're
look
going to
like anyone.
Yeah, they're going to have somebody up, I would think, because like I said, if he's at an 85 pitch limit, he's got to be near that.
Door kicks and delivers. This one outside. You want to get, a lot more than just 2 innings from your starter.
Especially when you have a game coming up Monday against the Lazy Animal.
Yeah, you don't want to burn through too many pitchers here. You don't want to pull a Gabe Kapler, so to speak, but you do want to get as many innings as you can out of Ellis Door. But right now, it's been a nightmare inning for him. The nightmare inning continues with a 2-0 count now to Jackson Rawle.
It's still only 1 out.
Just a good reminder there. Completely forgot. Another one outside. Now 3-0.
I might be taking 2 pitches here, Benny.
Last time Rawle was at the plate, it was, of course, a ground out to shortstop, so we'll see if he's swinging here. Outside, we'll call a strike there. 3-1, getting a little help from the umpire. And, yep, now they're sending some players out to the bullpen. Get the numbers there for you, and we'll let you know. Doors 3-1 inside, and he does it again. He walks in a run to make it now 4-0.
Yeah, and those walks will just kill you, Benny, especially with the bases loaded. You always want them. You want to throw something that they can hit, and let your fielders make the play.
So after a fly out to start things off, he has allowed Parker Garrison, Brandon Hatch, of course, Jillon Patton running for Matt Atkinson, and Austin Russell, all to score consecutively, and he's done it back-to-back now on walks. That'll bring Sam Irvin to the plate. His first time up, he struck out swinging in the first inning. Swing and a miss for Sam Irvin on the first pitch of this at-bat. Gearing up to try and rip that into the gaps here at Frawley.
Yeah. With him throwing the balls, I might have been taken there on the first pitch, but he was, like you said, he was going to try and blow this game wide open.
Another one outside, and a good at-bat so far for Dorr. 0-2 count to a guy that has a 2-run home run to his credit against Milford earlier this season.
Yeah, and he's got some power.
Not in a spot you want to be in if you're Ellis Dorr. This one outside, kicks away a little bit, but Hada, of course, is there to recover the pitch.
Yeah, great job by him going down, blocking the ball, keeping it in front of him. Like you said, not far enough for anyone to advance.
And the 1-2 swing and a miss on a curveball way outside the zone. So Sam Irvin strikeouts, 2 strikeouts in his only 2 at-bats so far. And that'll flip the lineup card over, and it'll bring Chris Friend back up to the plate. Flew out to start the inning.
Yeah, and a big out there. Get the second out, like you said now, Benny. Maybe you can see his way out of this inning.
Well, he's been firing darts now, is Ellis Dorr. Of course, another strike here.
It's been a inconsistent inning with him. He came out throwing strikes to start the inning, then he couldn't find the strike zone, and now he's back throwing some strikes.
Well, help from the umpire there. He's called that one a ball before, but calls it a strike now. With 2 outs, moves to an 0-2 count to Chris Friend. Dorr kicks and delivers. This one can't quite catch the edge. It'll move to a 1-2 count.
Like you said, he's living on that outside corner.
The 1-2 delivery outside again, and Dorr trying to stay away from Chris Friend, who on the season so far has a grand slam. He done to start the season off against First State Military Academy. Tons of power for this young man. The 1-2 will end the inning. The 2-2 will end the inning, Another strikeout here for Ellis Dorr, but 4 runs cross the plate on 3 hits, bunch of walks, but they'll leave the bases loaded. The Riders take 4-0 lead here at Frawley Stadium on 302 Sports. Pennell alongside Jason Winchell, Len Evans running the camera, and, of course, you enjoying some baseball. Delaware High School baseball. Caesar Rodney putting 4 men across the plate to hit the top of the second against the Newark Charter School Patriots. And not a great inning for Ellis Dorr, but, of course, we'll see what happens with Matt Atkinson. A phenomenal first inning for him. 2 strikeouts, both looking, of course, got Brian Callahan to fly out, and he, of course, has all the momentum behind him.
Yeah, absolutely, and his team just scored 4 runs. As a pitcher, you want that shutdown half an inning, Benny. You don't want that any Newark Charter to get any momentum, especially after your team just put up 4 runs.
Caesar Rodney is managed by Jeff Gravatt, the head coach there, and for folks downstate, they'll remember that name from Delaware State University. He was a Hornet. We'll talk a little more about him after the first pitch to Logan Vivian is delivered for a strike. And Jeff Gravatt, of course, played for DSU. He was an outfielder. And but moreover, his dad is what a lot of people remember, because his dad, of course, is a member of the 1975 Caesar Rodney championship team, their only state championship team.
Wow. Yeah, so that's good to know.
It's his 3rd year coaching the team after replacing Rick Skivich, who, of course, managed the Riders for 8 years. 0-2 count there to Vivian. Now moves to 1-2 after a ball by Matt Atkinson.
Yeah, and the Riders dugout wanted that pitch. It was just a little down.
1-2, that one inside for strike 3. Vivian can't believe it. Chirping a little bit to the umpire. Game hasn't gone their way so far, but a strikeout looking. 3rd consecutive strikeout looking for Matt Atkinson, who had 6 Ks in 4 innings versus Laurel earlier this season.
Yeah, and like you said, 3 of them looking. He's throwing that pitch right in the inside corner and getting the call from the umpire.
Batting Ryan Walsh, who rips this one. Looks like that one, of course, may have hit off the catcher and bounced forward. Foul ball there with 1 out here on the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah. I think it went, like you said, I think it bounced off the catcher. So it hit behind the plate and was called a foul ball.
The senior shortstop digs in for an 0-1 count here. Atkinson winds and fires that one. The Major League joke just a bit outside.
I knew exactly where you were going there. But I think you're better than Bob Euchre on that call.
Oh, no. Sean Kelly in the on-deck circle.
Bob Euchre.
Yeah, legendary Bob Euchre. And Atkinson winds and fires that one in there for a strike. Back to another 1-2 count. Atkinson absolutely firing darts so far. Phenomenal performance for him here with 1 out in the 2nd.
Yeah, we said they had a good pitching staff, and he's their ace.
Atkinson doesn't catch the edge there. Oh, man. Goes to a 2-2 count.
Looked good from where I was sitting, but like you said, it might have just missed the corner.
Heard some groans from the fans as well. Atkinson's 2-2 ripped to shortstop. Of course, it'll be a putout for Ryan Walsh. And a 2nd out of this one. Still no hits for the Patriots of Newark Charter. We'll see if Sean Kelly, the right fielder, can change that.
Yeah, good hustle down the line. He made that a lot closer than I thought it would be, but they were able to get the out, 2 outs. Like you said, or like I said, it's a pitch you want the shutdown inning. He's 1 out from getting that shutdown inning.
The senior Sean Kelby is, of course, the right fielder for the Patriots. First pitch to him in the ground, bounced away from the catcher for a ball.
Looked like one of my ground ball golf shots.
I can imagine you being pretty good on the field, on the golf course.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Looking forward to definitely some golf when it starts to get a little warmer out there for the summer. Atkinson's next one, that'll go to 2-0 to Kelby.
The one time he's behind a hitter 2-0 here. First time, so maybe Kelby could get a pitch to drive here.
2-0, 2 outs here on the bottom of the 2nd for Kelby, and that one will hit him. And that'll break up a string of 5 consecutive hitters that Atkinson had put down to start this one off.
Yeah, we saw the hit by pitches gave Newark Charter problems in the last half inning. Let's see if it gives CR some problems here.
So we go from a right fielder to a left fielder. Ben Scannell will step into the box. Righty versus righty matchup. Scannell, of course, had the ball fly over his head in the bottom of the, or top of the 2nd, I should say. One that started off this rally was a triple for Caesar Rodney. Right now, things not looking too good for Atkinson. Hits the first guy and starts off Scannell with a ball.
Yeah. After you got those first two, like you said, after you got those first 2 outs, a hit by a pitch, and now.
There we are. Back to the Atkinson of old. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Of course, in high school baseball, Benny, we play 7 innings.
Wind and fires, swing and a miss, and well, not a great at-bat for Scannell. This one moves now to 1-2. Not a great swing either on that one.
No,
They fooled him a little bit.
yeah, absolutely. I think he was fooled by the speed of that pitch.
Patriots have their first runner on base, and he'll advance to second on this one. Wild throw by Matt Atkinson, and Kelby moves 90 feet into scoring position.
Yeah, like you said, he was going for the strikeout, threw something in the dirt, and gets by the catcher, and runner moves up 90 feet. He's on second base with 2 outs.
2-2 count here, 2 outs. Bottom of second, runner on second, and Ben Scannell will foul this one away.
Yeah, good job with 2 strikes, just getting a piece of it. Live to see another pitch.
In the on-deck circle is John Yulzelhofer. Another one for Atkinson inside, ripped foul. I'm sure Scannell probably would want to, next time, take that one, probably even wear it and give Yulzelhofer a chance to hit.
Yeah, like you said, I think with 2 strikes, you're always looking to try and swing at anything close, but I believe, like you said, he'd wear it and get on base.
So 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner at second. This one outside, can't catch the edge, and it's a full count now. The Patriots trying to get a run across and eat into this 4-0 lead the Riders have.
Yeah, good piece of hitting here. He fouled off a couple pitches, now gets the count full.
Big pitch here for Atkinson. Winds and fires, ripped just past a diving shortstop, and a chance to score. He will. From second, Sean Kelby crosses the plate. First hit for the game for the Patriots. Nets their first run. A 4-1 lead for Caesar Rodney, but of course, the Patriots getting that all-important first run.
Yeah, what a great at-bat there, Benny. He fouled off a couple pitches and then comes through on the 3-2 count, hits the ball in the hole, gets it just by the shortstop, and gets an RBI out of it. And all this damage coming with 2 outs. And again, a hit by a batter comes around and scores for Newark Charter.
The junior John Yulzelhofer will get a chance to bat now. First at-bat for him on this one. That one catches the edge for strike 1. Ben Scannell getting the first hit of the game for the Patriots. 3 hits so far for the Riders of Caesar Rodney. Netted them 4 runs. Bit of a wild game to start off.
Yeah.
This one ripped foul down the right field line and back up near the Chicky and Pete's here at Frawley Stadium.
Yeah, it might have found itself in the crab fries.
I'd still eat them.
I would too.
1-1 count, 2 outs. The on-deck circle is Nick Dalton, the second baseman. The 1-1 ripped foul to move it to 1-2.
But if Newark Charter, you're glad to, like you said, get that first run after you gave up a 4 spot. Just to get 1 across.
Give your team some confidence moving forward. I mean,
there was still plenty of game left here.
Atkinson winds and fires this one outside. Scannell better watch himself on first, getting quite the lead over there.
Yeah, absolutely. The last thing you want to do is get picked off.
Mason Brewer, the catcher, does have a decent arm on him. This one inside and ripped foul. I'll stay at 2-2.
Yeah, good. Again, 2 strikes. They're fouling off pitches. The good thing about that, Benny, is it runs up the pitch count. So he was oppressive early and not throwing many pitches.
So after a solid first inning for Matt Atkinson, trying to wrap up a bit of a rough second, Yulzelhofer lifts this one to center field. Back, but it'll be corralled, and the inning is over. Well, they're going to run on a hit. They'll also leave a runner on, but eat into a 4-0 lead to make it 4-1. The Patriots will take to the field, the Riders to the batter's box when we come back on 302 Sports Weekly.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Military wife, I love helping our airmen and their families with financial tools to help provide financial stability.
I promise to make a positive difference in your financial life, from helping you to lower your payments to discovering ways to help you save for your children's future.
From the needs of college students and first-time auto buyers, I promise to identify and take ownership of your needs.
And welcome back to 302 Sports. Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell bringing you Delaware High School baseball. The Patriots of Newark Charter, of course, getting a run back there in the second, but still find themselves down 3 to the Riders of Cesar Rodney. Ellis Dorr will get another chance to try and end his slate a little bit better than the way it was in the second, giving up 4 runs on 3 hits and walking a pair of batters. Of course, had the hit by a pitch. But we'll see if he can get himself together, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, now that your team's got your run back, now maybe it's his turn to have that shutdown inning and get your offense back to the plate.
Well, speaking back to the plate, it's Parker Garrison, the guy that got it all started back in the second inning. Should say last inning. This one, of course, starting us off with a ball here in the top of the third.
Yeah, good patient hitting by the CR team.
Ellis Dorr delivers a strike, but this one ripped foul by Garrison, drawn to even at 1-1. We talked a little bit about Brian Lesher being a former Major League Baseball player. He also has a unique piece to his career. He is the only Belgium-born Major League Baseball player.
Wow.
Another strike there for Ellis Dorr.
That's impressive.
Of course, when you think of Belgium, you usually think of the waffles.
The waffles. You make me hungry for breakfast.
Here's the 1-2 inside to Garrison. We'll go to 2-2. But of course, as I mentioned before, drafted in the 25th round, one of 95 players from the University of Delaware to make it, or I should say, be acquired by a Major League Baseball team. This is a grounder to third. He'll step up and throw to first. Vivian there to receive, and it's now a 1 out here in the bottom or the top of the third.
Yeah, and last inning he got the first out on a fly ball to center field, and then damage started. So let's see if he can get the first couple outs here.
Well, Brandon Hatch was the guy that really broke things open with a triple last inning. There's the first strike. 1 out, 1 on, no one on, 1 out to Brandon Hatch. Going back to what you think of some of the great University of Delaware baseball players, Tom Herr, Chad Kuhl, of course, had him on 302 Sports Weekly every Wednesday at the Hooters in Newark. Kevin Mensch as well, former St. Mark's alumni there. You also think of guys like Dallas Green, Mike Koplov, and, of course, Jack Meyer.
Wow.
Guys that have made it to the majors, made an impact at the major league level. But keeping the local flavor up, 15 times Phillies have acquired a University of Delaware baseball player.
Wow, 15 times.
15 times.
That's
3
impressive.
times for the Orioles and 4 times for the Washington Nationals. So Hatch is working on himself a cycle as he now has a base hit. Tight throw there from right field to first, but nonetheless Hatch with a single, and he has a single and a triple so far.
Like you said, halfway to that cycle, Benny. A good piece of hitting. Took the ball, went the other way with it, drove it in between the first and second baseman. Heads up play by the outfield, He tried to get him at first base.
Oh, yeah. Heady play there for the right fielder for Newark Charter, Sean Kelby. Now, of course, they'll do pitcher versus pitcher, Ellis Dorr versus Matt Atkinson, who got on with a single last inning, and, of course, has the courtesy runner in Jalen Patton, who will come in if he reaches base.
Yes.
1 on, 1 out, 1 strike to Atkinson. Dorr. The 0-1 will move to 0-2, and He's looking to put Atkinson away, and they are at double play death for the Patriots, trying to get out of this one as quick as possible.
Yeah, and good job again getting ahead of the batters here.
We'll try him at first. Nothing going on.
Benny Slaziano picked up 2 wins in New York this weekend, their first 2 games of the season. Both games 1 hitters from their pitchers. A 10-0 and 8-0 win over 2 New York teams. That they will be Newark Charter's opponent on Monday.
And a tall task for a young baseball program to try and overcome.
Yes. Like we said, they're already haven't won a game yet. Still looking for that first win, and it doesn't get any easier with Cesar Rodney, Newark. I believe they have St. Mark's down the road. So,
top of the third here as a 1-2 count grows for Matt Atkinson. 1 on, 1 out. Of course, talking about Newark Charter's coaching tree, Brian Lesher, their manager. They also have a familiar name, Nick McCulley, is their volunteer assistant coach, and he has some experience to him as well, playing in the minors. And a rip single here for Matt Atkinson.
Whoa.
Oh, think about the throw to first again, but another hit here for the Riders of Cesar Rodney, and Jalen Patton might be brought out as the courtesy runner. Yes, he will, as he emerges from the dugout.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there. Again, going the other way with the ball, driving it into right field. And, again, I thought he was going to come up and fire that ball to first base.
So 4 hits for the 7 and 8 hitters on the Cesar Rodney lineup. And it looks like this will be the end for Ellis Dorr as a rough 2 innings, 2 1/3 innings for him. Has put 6 hits across and 4 runs for Cesar Rodney. And, yep, Ellis Dorr will call it a night early on. 4 runs allowed, 6 hits. He will, of course, have 2 men on base, so those numbers could change by the end of this one. We'll have a pitching change here for you. We'll get the numbers and everything for you when we come back on 302 Sports.
And began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
And welcome back to 302 Sports. Pitching change here at Frawley early on with only 1 out here in the top of the third. The Newark Charter Patriots have turned to the right-hander, the junior Hayden Harch, to get him out of a tight jam here. Of course, Ellis Dorr wrapped up his day with only 2 1/3 innings and had some strikeouts to his slate, 3 of them. But just not a great performance so far for Ellis Dorr.
Yeah, it was one of those inconsistent performances. He, like you said, the strikeouts, but he also hit 2 batters, walked a couple more, and then the 6 hits. And a good job by we said the Cesar Rodney offense was potent, and they second time around they started making some adjustments to it, and good piece of hitting.
Dorr leaves 2 1/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hit batsmen, 4 earned runs, and of course 6 hits for him. But here comes Hayden Harch delivering a strike to the bottom of the lineup here for Austin Russell and the Cesar Rodney Riders, who have 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, not the easiest place to come into a ball game where you have 2 runners on base.
Another high. I was going to call it a strike, but it's a ball here for Harch.
Comes in, he wants to not let these inherent runners score. It's a job of a reliever.
Harch winds and fires, throws the fastball, and a little late to it is Russell. I'll go to 1 and 2. Last time Russell was at the plate, he was hit by a pitch, and that, of course, attributed to a large rally for the Riders of Cesar Rodney.
Yes. 4 runs in that second inning.
Close to making this one a little easier to get out of. Another pitch and another ball. Just missed the plate there for Hayden Hart. It'll go 2-2 with 1 out.
Yeah, really close there. Again, the Newark Chargers are on a lot of, both pitchers so far are on a lot of curveballs.
This one popped up. Can it fall into no man's land? It will hit off the left fielder, and a play at third will be the force, so I'll take it as a fielder's choice or an error. I don't really know what to call that, but it'll be an error and a outs for Caesar Rodney. We'll just exchange some runners and shuffle the on base around a little bit, but 2 outs, very important for the Newark Charter.
Yeah, and a
Patriots.
good job by the fielder there after not being able to catch the ball. Heads up play to know that he still could get the runner at third base. But we've seen him a couple plays defensively that they struggled at the beginning of the game. I said I thought they would have to play a clean game.
Ben Dawson put out at third. That'll bring Tommy Pomato to the plate, and he's been on base all 2 times. He's been up to the plate, and of course he's batted so far in every inning he's had to. He, of course, walked in the first, got a base hit last inning, and now, of course, will bat in the third, and a 1-0 counts to start us off. We go to a 2-0 count now. Hart's delivering. This one outside will move to 3-0.
Yeah, he's trying, like you said, Benny, he's trying to get on base for the 3rd time in this one, and he's got a good count.
Check that. 3-1 is the count. 2 on, 2 out, 3-1 count. We'll see if Hart can tightrope out of danger. And he can't. So walk the bases loaded, and well, here we go. It'll bring Kyle Cumgees to the plate. He walked last inning, struck out in the first, so we'll see if he can put one in play here and really bust this one open for the Riders.
Yeah, Riders have come up with a lot of bases loaded situations tonight. A couple bases loaded walks.
And they're packed full here. 2 outs here in the top of the third. That one outside for a Harch, and a good at-bats, or a good start to an at-bat for Cumgees is 1-0.
And I can see why the Riders are so good. They're very patient up there, Benny, waiting for their pitches.
Very patient lineup as well. They've had quite a bit of walks. Inside to Cumgees. Almost buzzed his jersey there, and we'll go to 2-0.
And at 2-0 with the bases full, he's going to get a good pitch to look out here, Benny.
If he opted for the large size jersey, he might be on base right now. How close that one was. And this one, ripped down the right field line. It will find grass and go to the wall.
That might
and
clear
Kyle
the bases.
Cumgees will clear the bases with a triple. 3 runs netted on the triple. Kyle Cumgees busting this one wide open. It's 7-1 here in the top of the third with 2 outs for the Riders.
And I said, Benny, 2-0 pitch is a good hitter's count. He drove that ball right into the corner of the field, clears the bases, scores 3 runs, finds himself on third base, and a 6-run lead now here for the Riders.
Pomato scores a run. Of course, Jalen Patton scores as well, and Austin Russell. And that'll bring Jackson Raw to the plate with a chance to make it 8-1 in favor of the Riders. Get close to that 10-run rule, Jason.
I was gonna say 10-run rule, 5 innings of play.
Brian Lesher not too happy with the performance of his pitching staff so far. Getting shelled so far. Swing and a miss by Raw. 7 runs through 3 innings. Close to flipping the lineup card yet again.
Yeah. Like you said, it's only the 3rd inning. They've already batted 3 times, some of these Riders.
Last inning, Raw walked. The count will move to 1-1. Grounded out to start. Walked in the last inning. Didn't score, though. The bat's coming alive here despite 44 degrees, the weather here at Frawley Stadium. That one catches the edge to make it 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Yeah, but another big inning for Cesar Rodney. They're throwing up those cricket numbers.
Arch will step off, reset. 7 runs on 6 hits. A lot of walks for Newark Charter School, something that Lesher definitely will want to have addressed.
Yes.
He's got the guy on the staff to do it as well. Talking about Nick McCulley, of course, know him as the owner of Hooters. We, of course, have our 302 Sports Weekly show there every Wednesday, 136 the Astro Shopping Center in Newark. Arch delivers, checks his swing, but he went around. That'll wrap up a rough inning for Newark Charter. They'll allow 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error, and, of course, a runner left at third. We'll go to the bottom of the third. We'll see if Newark Charter can do it again, eat in to a 6-run lead by the Riders.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career.
Cesar Rodney versus Newark Charter School here on 302 Sports. It's Delaware High School baseball. Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell. And a large crooked number on the scoreboard there. The Riders 7, Newark Charter only 1 run to show for it on 1 hit. Of course, Cesar Rodney getting 6 hits, but a plethora of walks have just been the Achilles heel for Newark Charter.
And that's one thing as a pitcher. You don't want to walk anybody because you're just putting extra pressure on you and your defense. And Cesar Rodney has been able to take advantage of those walks and knock them in.
Atkinson into his 3rd inning of work. He's looked strong so far, except for a little hiccup in the 2nd. He, of course, struck out 4 or 3 batters so far. He faces Nick Dalton here to start things off. Outside, that'll make the count even at 1-1.
Benny, on this week's 302 Sports Weekly, we're going to have a new number 1 softball team as both the number 1 team and number 2 team went down this week.
Of course, you can check out the rankings, get all the information and really everything you need, highlights and so much more. 302 Sports Weekly every Wednesday, the 136 Astro Shopping Center in Newark. Of course, at the Hooters there. And, of course, the Hooters is owned by, co-owned, I should say, by Nick McCulley, who is the assistant or the volunteer assistant coach for Newark Charter. Of course, he has some pro baseball background in his background, making it all the way up to AAA for the Chicago White Sox. Swing and a miss there for Nick Dalton. Will draw it 2-2. Of course, originally drafted in the 9th round by the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2009. Interesting draft there. It was the same round as Phillies outfielder Aaron Altair.
Oh, wow.
This one a fly ball to center field, tracking it, and almost a collision. But a long fly out here, and a loud out will be nonetheless for Nick Dalton to start us off here in the 3rd.
Yeah, one of those long, loud outs. But like you said, almost a collision out there in the outfield. Great job of running that down and avoiding the contact out there. But good piece of hitting there for Newark Charter as they hit that ball on the screws, but just, like you said, a long, loud out.
And of course, we flipped the lineup card over. But Callahan, who flew out in the first inning to center field, will be the second batter here with one out.
Now it's the second time facing Atkinson. Let's see if they a little bit more now they know he's throwing.
Atkinson outside again. It'll go in 2-0. We'll wrap up the conversation on Nick McCauley, of course. If there's a guy that can straighten out this pitching staff, it certainly is him, a very successful minor leaguer.
And a great pitcher, like you said. Played his college ball at Coastal Carolina.
3-0 count now. So you got a major leaguer on your staff, and you have a very successful minor leaguer.
Yes.
For a young program, I mean, I can only imagine it's going to be pretty cool to go to practice every day with a couple of pro baseball players.
Yeah, and they had a great year last year, Benny. And
going 12-6.
Yes.
They were 6-3 at home and lost to Caravel in the tournament, a 1-0 game. This one will fly out to center, and it will be caught by the center fielder there. Great catch on the backtrack by Kyle Cumgees. 2 outs, but a very flashy glove there for a center fielder for Cesar Rodney.
Yes, great, like you said, great job. Great job. I thought that might have been over his head as he was backtracking, but a great job, great stab. And more importantly, 2 outs.
Cumgees had a very busy day out there in center field. There are 4 in center field, 4 putouts through 3 innings.
Yeah, they're making some good contact. Like you said, 4 putouts for the center fielder.
Hayden Harch, he'll get a chance to bat now. The pitcher was able to tightrope out of danger a little bit, did give up a run in the last inning. 1 earned.
Yes. Bases clear and triple.
Of course, the other 2 will be charged to Ellis Dorr to wrap up his line of 6 runs for him.
I believe on 5 hits.
On 6 hits.
6 hits, okay.
One count. Atkinson kicks and fires inside, and it'll be a ball, 2-1.
And last inning, Newark Charter got their run with 2 outs. A little 2-out damage. Let's see if they can get a couple base runners here with 2 outs and see if they can cut into the score.
Foul ball there for Harch. It was Sean Kelby, of course, got hit by a pitch, and Scannell was able to get a single, and that was able, of course, advance Kelly all the way around, who, of course, got on to second with a wild pitch and scored all the way from second on that single. Atkinson inside, and we'll go to 3-2. In the on-deck circle is Kevin Boublil. He struck out looking in his first at-bat back in the first.
Yeah, and he's got some power, so if they can get a runner on in front of him, that could be a good sign.
Atkinson winds and fires, but Harch will rip this one in left field. It'll go all the way to the wall. Harch will go all the way around to second, and he'll try it. The throw in, a little closer than I think he anticipated. We have a double here with 2 outs to bring the powerful Kevin Boublil to the plate.
Yeah, and again, you get in scoring position with that double and a chance for another 2-out run here in the 3rd inning. And great piece of hitting there. And they're going to have a courtesy runner, I think, now since he is the pitcher. Looks like number 4, Benny.
Now we're going to get second base for Newark Charter number 4, Brett Morsher.
So courtesy runner is Brett Morsher for Newark Charter. Or Brett Lesher, excuse me. This one grounded just foul down the left field line.
Yeah, and thing about high school baseball, 2 umpires, Benny. You have the bases umpire and the plate umpire. We saw the other day, we were doing the Hodson St. E's game, a fair ball down the 3rd baseline was called foul by one of the umpires. And we made a point that there is only 2 umpires, so.
They do the best they can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
0-1 count to Boublil. Boublil does have a home run to his credit. Got that one in the Red Lion game. Love to get a home run here and cut into the 7-1 lead for the Riders. And he'll do that. A powerful shot here, and it'll go all the way to the wall. Harch will score. Boublil trying to get into second. He will. Back-to-back doubles. Nets Newark Charter Patriots a run here in the bottom of the third. Oh, they're not going to go quietly into the night. It's 7-2.
Again, 2-out damage, Benny. They get the first 2 outs, and then back-to-back doubles, and Newark Charter gets a run back. But they want to put that, after giving up 2 innings with crooked numbers, they want to get a crooked number this inning.
So they score in back-to-back innings. Matt Atkinson, well, he might be feeling a little bit here as cruising to the plate. Logan Vivian, he struck out looking in his first plate, but it's a lefty-righty matchup.
And again, it's his second time around the lineup, Benny, so I think as a hitter, it always favors you the second time you get to see a pitcher.
The first baseman will take a ball to start this one off, 1-0. That one low for ball 2. Ryan Walsh, the shortstop, is in the on-deck circle if this inning is to roll on. Vivian calls time. — 7-2 score. 3 hits on the docket for the Patriots, 6 for the Riders. And a big hack there for Logan Vivian. The first baseman was swinging for downtown Wilmington on that one.
Absolutely. I like that swing with a 2-0 count, trying to get your run score.
Inside to Vivian, it'll go to 3-1.
Again, a good hitter's count at 3-1. Let's see if he takes another hack like he did on that 2-0 pitch.
Swinging for the IMAX out there. Runner at second, 2 outs. The 3-1 will make it 3-2. A full count now for the first baseman, Logan Vivian, and a big at-bat here for Newark Charter, trying to really eat into this lead.
And like we said, all their damage is done with 2 outs here. Full count.
Atkinson winds and fires. This one ripped back, and that will go foul behind the screen.
Hit the cement and back, took a high bounce.
Fans avoiding the foul ball there. Thankfully, everyone's okay. But again, per high school rules, that ball has to find its way back to the field.
Caesar Rodney will be home against Sussex Central on Tuesday and hit the road for Sussex Tech on Thursday, as they find themselves in good position at Henlopen, but they still have Cape Henlopen on their schedule.
Full count here to Vivian. Outside, and he will walk. That'll bring Ryan Walsh to the plate. And of course, last inning he grounded out, but a chance for him to score a run here for the Patriots.
Yeah, and this is a good mound visit here for Caesar Rodney. Get out there, settle him down. Again, 3 straight runners have reached base with 2 outs. And they will look to, like you said, a little more 2-out magic here for Newark Charter.
So while we have time right now, it's probably a good fact to bring up. This is not the first time Newark Charter has played at Frawley Stadium. As a matter of fact, they did first time back in 2016, an 8-5 loss to Salesianum.
I was here for that one, Ben.
You were there for that one. They played 3 games at Frawley Stadium. They are 1-2. So it's always a good thing to be able to be familiar with one of Delaware's premier venues, and of course the one you're playing in right now.
And in that game, Benny, Josh McGuire of Salesiana hit one over the fence for a home run.
This will be the last time that Newark Charter will play here. They'll play a little later in the season against MOT Charter School. That'll be May the 12th. 0-1 count here to Walsh. Make it 0-2 with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the third.
And right after the mound visit, he came out throwing a couple strikes. Gets ahead of a batter. Trying to see his way out with only giving up the 1 run.
Caesar Rodney has a fantastic coaching staff and one that straightened out Atkinson, but he thought he struck out Walsh looking there. It'll instead go to 1-2.
I was ready to go to the commercial there. I think he fooled me too.
And just about half the Caesar Rodney infield as well thought the same. 1-2 pitch, and yes, now you can go to commercial, Jason. It wraps things up. We're going to run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Top of the 4th is around the corner on 302 Sports.
No matter where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
No matter what.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And welcome back to 302 Sports. Top of the 4th now, and of course Caesar Rodney has a 5-run lead, 7-2. And of course we have baseball here in the state of Delaware. It's Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell, Caesar Rodney versus Newark Charter School. And well, we talked a little bit about how great this coaching staff is for Caesar Rodney. Zach Candelero is one of their assistant coaches, and he'll be the topic of this inning, Jason.
All right.
Of course, now we have Sam Irvin, the first baseman, to start us off here. Hayden Harch, his first pitch to him is inside for a strike.
Yeah, let's see if he could come out throwing some strikes this inning, Benny, and get out of this inning with no damage.
0-1 count to Irvin. Harch throws this one on the outside. It'll go to 1-1. So if you hear the name Candeloro, you'll probably be familiar with that one if you're downstate. Of course, he is the son, Zach, is of Dan Candeloro. Strike here on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. Who is in the Delaware Sports or Delaware State University Athletics Hall of Fame. Of course, he was a standout football player there back in the 80s, even earning himself a tryout with the New England Patriots. Low for a ball, goes to 2-2. Kind of ironic right now, the Patriots, and of course you're playing the Patriots. So to speak. But Zach Candeloro, of course, a graduate of Delaware State University, a pitcher there. Swing and a miss. Good start for Hayden Harch, a strikeout on Sam Irvin. It'll be 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, good job. Like I said, get that first out. Prevent that leadoff runner from getting on base. The Hornets, they might need a head coach for football. They've struggled the last few years.
Are you saying Dan Candeloro?
Yes.
Putting his name out there?
I'm putting his name out there.
0-1 count for Chris Friend. He, of course, is struck out and flew out in his 2 at-bats so far. Batting for the 3rd consecutive inning for him. It'll go to 1-1. In the reports from Nick Halliday, it is cold out there. It's definitely gotten a little colder than 44 degrees here at Frawley Stadium. This one, foul tip. It's a 1-2 count here, 1 out. Caesar Rodney continuing the trend of batters batting in consecutive innings. Friend here, he'll go low for 2-2. So Chris Friend will bat for the 3rd consecutive inning. Sam Irvin did as well. Well, Sam Irvin missed his at-bat in the 3rd. He'll bat again on the 4th. But Parker Garrison will bat for the 3rd consecutive time. As Irvin rips a single past the diving shortstop Ryan Walsh. And I'll get things started here with 1 out for Caesar Rodney.
Great piece of hitting. He hit that ball hard past the diving shortstop into left field for a base hit.
Ripped a clothesline out there. That thing was an absolute missile. So Parker Garrison steps up to the plate. He scored a run after being hit by a pitch. And he now steps in. Grounded out his last at-bat last inning. But he has a runner on here at first. Looking to bunt. Gets a good one down. To Boublil at third. He'll go 5-3. No one at second. But no problem there for Chris Friend. He'll go back to second. He'll get a runner at second with 2 outs.
Yeah, good job. Like you said, great bunt there. And I wanted to say great job by shortstop getting over and covering third base. A game I did earlier this week, they didn't cover third base after a bunt, and the runner run from all the way from first to third base.
7-2, 2 outs. Another chance. How many times have I said this so far in this game? Caesar Rodney with a runner in scoring position. Arch first pitch. This one a ball. It's Brandon Hatch. He has 2 hits to his credit so far. A double, a single, or a triple, a single. He's looking for that double and home run to complete the cycle. And Harch will step off. Look at Chris Friend back to second. With a 5-run lead, of course, it looks like Hatch may have a few more at-bats to get that cycle. This one outside. Goes to 2-0.
Good job by the catcher again, blocking. Keep that runner on second base. 2 outs here.
And Brandon Hatch can get it done from both sides of the field, pitching and hitting. Earlier in the season against Seaford, of course, went 6 1/3 innings with 7 strikeouts. So he has a bat, and of course, he has a golden arm for the Caesar Rodney Riders. Now outside, so 3-0.
Yeah, with first base open here, I don't know if I'm giving him anything to hit the way he's
raking it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course, it doesn't get easier as the lineup progresses. The bottom of the lineup is pretty tough for Caesar Rodney. Matt Atkinson, 2 singles to his credit, and of course Austin Russell has found a way on base in 2 of his at-bats.
Yeah, and like you said, Benny, they can score runs. 27 in the first game, 10 in the second game, 17 in the third game, 11 in the fourth game, 7 in the fifth game, and now all of a sudden 7 in this one.
And they will walk Brandon Hatch, and of course he now finds his way on base 3 consecutive times. Still a double and a home run shy of the cycle, but that'll bring a guy who has gotten 2 singles so far, Matt Atkinson, to the plate.
Looking for some 2-out damage again, Benny. We've seen that a lot today. Both teams have done a good job with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting.
So after 2 quick outs here for Harch, well, try to tightrope out of danger. Self-inflicted wounds to him so far. A swing and a miss for Matt Atkinson.
Good pitch there. Little off-speed pitch. Got the batter way out in front of it.
Caesar Rodney, versatility to their credit. They have a ton of it. So you see Atkinson with the bat, Hatch with the bat, and of course they are 2 very good pitchers as well.
Yeah, which is impressive. You see the pitchers hitting good in the Caesar Rodney lineup. We also see that with their other Henlopen team, Cape Henlopen.
Even their leadoff hitter, Thomas Pomato, as Atkinson swings and misses again. Thomas Pomato is so far in this one, he has reached base 3 times, has yet to score, walked twice, but he also threw 5 no-hit innings and 10 strikeouts versus Milford. So versatility is something that Jeff Gravitt, of course, preaches to the Riders.
And you need that early in the season with the pitch count only being 85 pitches. You need those pitchers.
This one tapped foul.
And with the weather we've had so far this April, Benny, a lot of teams, St. Mark's played a doubleheader on Thursday and then played another game on Friday. So you had to have 7 different pitchers to choose from in those 3 games.
2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. Just about 8:30 here at Frawley Stadium. This one outside, and it'll go the first ball on this count so far. And Harch, man, a rough outing for him so far. As he has not been able to have a clean inning. Really, no pitcher for Newark Charter has had a clean inning.
No, Cesar Rodney has had runners on base every inning so far in this one.
Harch not helping his own cause outside. Will go to 2-2. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count here in the top of the fourth for the Riders. Trying to grow their 5-run lead, 7-2 here at Frawley Stadium.
Big pitch here.
Arch coming set. He'll fire, and this one lifted center field. Callahan going back, and he will make a diving catch. Or did he? He dropped it. 2 runners are going to score. We'll see what they score this as Atkinson cruises to second. 2 runs across for the Riders. It's now 9-2.
Yeah, great. Great. I'll give him a hit.
And a double there for Matt Atkinson. 3 hits, 3 at-bats. Of course, 3 times he's had to be pinch run for. Of course, he has his courtesy runner in Jalen Patton, but a 2-run double there. Man, helping his own cause.
Like you said, almost a great diving catch there by Callahan. Just off his glove and bobbled out when he, I think, hit the ground. Like in the football, you see sometimes the ground calls the fumble. I think the ground calls that ball to come out.
So 9 runs on 8 hits, and well, seems like anyone that pitches for Newark Charter is just going to have a rough time against the hot bats of Cesar Rodney, who maybe they've been watching some 302 Sports Weekly, not seeing themselves ranked too high up in the rankings, or at least according to them. So 1-1 count here, 2 outs. Austin Russell coming to the plate. He, of course, reached on a fielder's choice last inning. And he had that hit by a pitch in the second.
They should tune in to 302 Sports Weekly this week to see if they crack the top 10 rankings with the bunch of upsets that we saw earlier in this week.
After us witnessing this game, they certainly have looked stellar, to say the least.
Yes. Again, another game where they scored more than 7 runs.
So the 1-1 here in the top of the top of the fourth, and this one outside or inside for a strike. Just catches the part of the plate.
Makes it 1-2. Again, a 2-out damage.
It's these 2-out rallies, they'll kill you. This one, a chopper to second. We'll see if Dalton can put this one away. He will. And another rough inning for the Newark Charter School. The Patriots wraps itself up. They've gone 4-3-2 these last 3, 9-2 here. We'll come to the bottom of the fourth, around the corner on 302 Sports. Spring is the perfect time to make those necessary home improvements with help from Dover Federal Credit Union. Enjoy no appraisal fees on home equity loans and lines of credit. Act now and take advantage of this limited time offer from Dover Federal Credit Union. Apply anytime, day or night at doverfcu.com. That's doverfcu.com.
Yeah, and like you said, springtime. The spring weather is starting to hit, and I believe we're going to get in the 70s later in this week. So
that's crazy to think that, Jason.
Yes, perfect time for that loan from Dover Federal Credit Union.
Of course, again, doverfcu.com. It's 302 Sports bringing you Delaware High School baseball. The Riders of Cesar Rodney versus the Patriots of Newark Charter School. It's a fairly one-sided game so far. 9-2 is your score. Benny Pell alongside Jason Winchell. And how do we get to this score so far? Well, the big performer has been Brandon Hatch. He has an RBI to his credit and, of course, has reached base in all 3 innings.
Ladies and gentlemen, now batting for Newark Charter, number 28, Ben Dewberry.
Let's see if Newark Charter can get put that crooked number up, because so far they're on that picket fence line.
New hitter to tell you about is Benjamin Dewberry. He's batting for Sean Kelby. This one, of course, will go outside for Matt Atkinson, who, well, in comparison to what Newark Charter's done so far, Atkinson's been pretty solid. Only 2 runs allowed through 3 innings.
Yeah, only 3 hits.
Of course, 4 strikeouts for him. This one outside. We go 2-0. Of course, as we praise him, he has a rough start to this one. Ben Scannell, of course, will come up after that. So back-to-back Bens, and of course myself with you as well. 2-1's the count.
Ben cubed.
B cubed. Atkinson winds and fires. This one ripped to the shortstop. Garrison tries to rally. Of course, he'll throw him out at first. So, well, not much of a inning or rally starter there for new hitter Benjamin Dewberry, and of course that'll bring Ben Scannell up to the plate.
Yeah, like you said, trying to get on here. And every time Newark Charter gets somebody on, it's always with 2 outs. You want to try and get that leadoff runner on. Unfortunately, they did not get him on this inning.
Sustain that rally, yeah. Scannell comes to the plate, got a single in his first at-bat in the second. Of course, drove in Sean Kelby, who reached on a hit by a pitch in that inning. One of the 2 runs for the Patriots so far. Atkinson winds and fires. This one chopped foul. It'll go to 0-2.
Pitching ahead, that's the key. Throw some early strikes, and it makes it an easier game out there on the mound.
Atkinson has been just about a machine in this one so far. Ton of strikes for him. Winds and fires. And look at that. Strikeout looking. Ben Scannell joins 4 other Patriots, as now it'll go to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Good job of pitching again, Ben. When you get ahead and you can throw it 0-2 curveball like that, freezes the hitter, and you get those strikeout looking.
Utzelhofer steps into the plate now. Flew out in his first at-bat in the second. Oh, that one just about hit him on that one. It makes you wonder why he doesn't just take it, get a runner on, and, of course, find your way to score.
Yeah, especially when you're down 7 runs. You can't hit a 7-run home run, so.
That one outside. That's what I was taught playing baseball. If it comes near you, just wear it, get on. Then again, I also couldn't hit. I was a terrible baseball player. It's a grounder up the middle. Pass to diving. Oh, just hitting off the second baseman. And Utzelhofer finds himself on base.
Again, a 2-out hit for Newark Charter.
2-out rallies has been the theme in this one. We'll send to the plate Nick Dalton. Flew out last inning. So we'll see if Atkinson can quell any kind of rally here and maintain a 7-run lead into the top of the 5th. 2 outs. This one outside. And we'll go to 1-0. The 1-0 is ripped foul. See if it stays in play. Nope, we'll go into the stands, and it'll be a 1-1 count.
Yeah, good piece of able to get his bat on the ball there.
2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th, runner on first for the Patriots.
Looking for another 2-out rally.
Atkinson, this one low for a ball. They tried to get Utzelhofer at first, but he scampers back in time.
You have to be careful with the lead out there. Got almost out there a little too far, and good throw back. He was able to get back.
So the 2-1 for Atkinson. And that didn't graze Dalton. He, of course, will foul it away. That one looked like it was coming inside on him.
Yeah.
It was almost a defensive swing, but again, you got to wonder, you're down a few runs. It is cold outside, but you want to find your way on base any way you can. Maintain that two-out rally.
Right.
Brett Callahan is in the on-deck circle for the Patriots. This one popped foul back near Chickies and Pete's.
It's the world famous crab fries that ball was going after.
Like I told you, Jason, even if it fell into a bucket of them, I still eat them.
Absolutely.
3-2 count now. It's full with a runner on first. 2 outs. Nick Dalton trying to keep this alive.
Good thing is the runner will be off on the pitch with full count, 2 outs.
Atkinson outside, and he'll walk him. So the 2-out rally is on. Once again, we have a walk, a single early on, and two runners on with 2 outs for Brett Callahan.
I believe we will have a call to the bullpen here.
I'll get it. I got the call.
And, yep, looks like head coach Jeff Gravatt is taking out his ace. Matt Atkinson ends after 3 2/3, allowing 2 runs, but, of course, worked his pitch count up there. Will walk away with 5 strikeouts. We'll have your score stats and the new pitcher coming up after a pitching change here on 302 Sports.
Local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
As a military wife, I love helping our airmen and their families with financial tools to help provide financial stability.
I promise to make a positive difference in your financial life, from helping you to lower your payments to discovering ways to help you save for your children's future.
From the needs of college students and first-time auto buyers, I promise to identify and take ownership of your needs.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
As a military wife,
New pitcher to tell you about here on 302 Sports. Caesar Rodney versus Newark Charter School. Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell. And the new pitcher to tell you about is the senior Kyle Mayer. Of course, he pitches and plays third base occasionally for the Riders. He's warming up right now. And, of course, Matt Atkinson wraps up his day. Not exactly the stellar performance he had back against Laurel, where he went 4 innings. Now he'll finish just shy of that. He'll go 3 2/3, 5 strikeouts for him, a plethora of walks. So the full stats for you, as of course we tell you a little about Kyle Mayer.
Yeah, and a great job by Atkinson getting ahead. But Maurer comes in. He's the same thing. He's going to throw strikes. He's a good off-speed pitcher, and he's going to try and get out of this 2-out, 2 men on base again. Job of relief pitchers to get those inherent runners and keep them on base, especially with 2 outs.
So Atkinson leaves the 7-run lead. He allowed 2 walks, 4 hits, allowed 2 runs, and a hit batter. Brett Callahan comes to the plate. He's flown out to center in his 2 at-bats. As I said, for Kyle Cumgees, he's had a pretty busy day out there in center field. 4 putouts already for their senior center fielder.
Yeah, and some of them spectacular. A couple ones I thought were going to go over his head. He made a good job adjustment on the ball and was able to bring it in.
One of those 5-tool players, great arm, great glove, can run and hit for both contact and power, is Kyle Cumgees. Right, Brett Callahan to the plate, a lefty-righty matchup. Difficult one for Kyle Mayer to start his work off. Runner at first and second with 2 outs. And rip up the what a great glove there for Kyle Mayer. He'll work his way out of trouble. 1 pitch, 1 out. Kyle Mayer, his whip is ridiculous. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Score is 9-2 in favor of the Riders.
Where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
No matter where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments.
Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Swartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com.
Welcome back to 302 Sports. Time for the top of the 5th. And, of course, Caesar Rodney has a 7-run lead, 9-2 here. Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell. And, well, Caesar Rodney's a program that's 4-1 on the season, 3-0 on the road, but back-to-back 7-11 seasons. Not too great, but, of course, they're building on a solid season so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's something to build on. Like you said, a couple 7-11s. And the difference this year in baseball, last year there was 20 teams that made the state tournament. Mm-hmm. This year, 24 teams make the state tournament.
Of course, Caesar Rodney trying to buy one of those or work their way into one of those spots. Of course, the difficulties for Caesar Rodney has been playing games on the road. They were 2-9 last year in road contests. Of course, 3-0 to start this one and well on their way to 4-0.
Yes. And this one, like you said, they are the road team in this game, even though it's not being played at Newark Charter.
And for Caesar Rodney, this is a long time coming to play at Frawley Stadium. Of course, I'll have more information for you after our at-bat against Tommy Pomato. He has found himself on 3 times so far in this game, 3 consecutive innings, the first, second, and third. Didn't bat in the 4th, almost did. Now he, of course, takes his at-bat here in the 5th and whiffs at a fastball there out of Hayden Harch's hands. They drove 2-2.
Yeah, the thing about playing, it gives these kids a good chance because in the state tournament time, as you advance further, you get to play here at Frawley Stadium. So it's nice to get a couple of regular season games in it.
As the premier baseball venue in the state of Delaware. And, well, for Tommy Pomato, full count now at 3-2. And a foul tick back. Hits off the backstop.
So, Benny, as we hit the 5th inning here, if it's a 7-run lead, the 10-run rule would be in effect if Caesar Rodney pushes a few across here.
They just want 3 more runs and, of course, to shut down any kind of rally for the Patriots. Arch, the 3-2. This one popped up, but will hit over us.
Catch it. Son of a.
I'll watch it there. Nick Halliday there for you. Arch, 3-2. This one ripped foul again. He's making him work here.
Yeah,
3-2, but 3 consecutive foul pitches.
Staying alive on these 2-strike pitches. Making Newark Charter throw some pitches. The more pitches you see, it helps you as a batter.
Mm-hmm. And for Newark Charter, they don't want to dig too far deep into their bullpen. Of course, they have that contest coming up Monday against Salesiana. Arch, well, he'll walk. Tommy Pomato, second straight time he's been walked here. And, of course, Caesar Rodney, well, they have that oh-so-crucial runner at first to start off this rally and try to get to that 10-run rule.
Yes. And like you said, we said earlier, Sally's had a successful trip up to New York, a pair of one-hitters, and a 10-0 and 8-0 pair of wins for Salesiana.
Here comes the center fielder, Kyle Cumgees, and, well, it'll be debated as to which side of the baseball he's done better so far at. He's played phenomenally in center field, 4 putouts, a couple of fantastic grabs. He also has a triple to his credit and has reached base twice. First pitch to him, doesn't quite catch the plate, and it'll be a ball. So Caesar Rodney and Frawley Stadium. It's been quite some time since they've played here. I'll go to 2-0 now against Cumgees, runner at first. Nobody out here on the top of the 5th. 9-2 lead for the Riders, and it's been almost
5 years?
7 years
Wow.
since Caesar Rodney's been here.
True.
2011. Of course, it was a loss to Appoquinimink in the D1AA semifinals. 9-8 was that loss. Of course, 2011. Almost got him at first. 2011, they went 13-5, lost in the semifinals to Appo 9-8. Of course, that game was held in Frawley Stadium in 2011.
As you get to the semifinals and finals are normally here at Frawley Stadium. Sometimes if the Blue Rocks are out of town, they will let the 2 higher seeds in the quarterfinals host here.
And to bring it full circle, their assistant coach, Zach Candeloro,
Yes.
was pitching for him in that game.
Wow. Good to know. So, like you said, it was almost 7 years ago. So
That was the year I graduated high school. Of course, walk here. Now back-to-back walks for Hayden Harch, and Brian Lesher might be looking down the bench to see who can try and wrap this game up for him. His back-to-back walks is now drawn. Well, Jackson Raw to the plate, and he's got tons of power.
And these walks have been killing Newark Charter in this game. And here you get no outs and a pair of walks.
Raw so far has been held pretty quiet at the plate, but he does have that power potential batting in the third position. He grounded out to start, walked in the second, struck out in the third to wrap up that inning. We'll see with 2 runners on if he can find a way to put this one in the gap and bust this one wide open.
Yeah, the gaps are wide open here. Oh, Phillies are up.
It's got a scoring update for you. Yeah, wow.
Wow, that's more runs than they scored for all their games combined so far.
Wow.
19-1 Phillies.
Over the Marlins, who are stick with us here at 302 Sports. 9-2 is the score for Caesar Rodney. And, of course, the hometown team here, the Blue Rocks, up 5-1. Wow. Arch, nobody out, 2 runners on, delivers another one to Jackson Rawl. We'll draw this one even at 2-2.
Yeah. Found the outside corner there. Evens the count of 2. Oh. That might be a balk.
Oh, what was that?
I think it's a balk.
And it was a balk.
It's gotta be.
Things going from bad to worse for Hayden Harch. He faked a throw over to first and dropped the ball. I don't even know what to call that besides a balk. That was just, not a great play.
And now you get 2 runners in scoring position with no outs.
And this one fisted over the first baseman, and that will net 2. 1. The balk comes costly for Hayden Harch. They'll draw the runner in from third. Wow.
That good piece of hitting there. With the infield drawn in, he was able to get it over to first baseman's head and knock in another run.
Sam Irvin comes to the plate. 3 strikeouts, all swinging for the first baseman for the Riders.
Chance for him to drive in a run here with the runner on third. Runners on the corner. Still 0 outs.
Oh, picked him off. Caught him in a rundown, but he's going to try and stay far enough away. They'll see the run for an out here, as the outs are coming pretty desperate for the Patriots. Almost there. Try to put the old Houdini on him, but a long first out for this one.
Hey, Benny, try and score that one.
6, 7, just about every number in the book.
I think even the outfielders were involved in that one.
There's not enough space in my scorebook for that one, but it is 1 out for Caesar Rodney.
And the run does score from third.
It's now 11-2, 1 run away from the 10-run rule, and Sam Irvin comes to the plate. And first strike for him. He's seen a bunch of them. 3 strikeouts so far for the first baseman. But again, despite the strikeouts, you got to take the good with the bad. He has a 2-run homer to his credit against Milford.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Caesar Rodney, I've been impressed with their lineup.
Yeah, they've been hitting.
Offense. Swing and a miss, and then I'll go to 1-2.
Again, like you said, Benny, coming off a pair of 7-11 seasons, it's good to see them out to a good start this year.
Sam Irvin trying to avoid the old golden sombrero. And he will. Ripped a single past the diving Ryan Walsh. And that, of course, will net him a single. The 10th hit for Caesar Rodney in this one.
Yeah, not to mention all the base runners they've had with walks and hit by pitches. They've also got 10 hits in this one.
Coming to the plate is a guy that got one of those 10 hits. It'll be Chris Friend. While his name says Friend, he has not bid one to Newark Charter tonight.
No, he hasn't.
Grounder in first. That'll be a friendly one. It'll, of course, be a fielder's choice. Irvin will advance 90 feet to second. So with 2 outs and a 9-run lead, here comes Parker Garrison.
Yeah, and with that runner in scoring position, chance to get that 10-run lead.
2-out rallies have been the theme in today's game so far. Garrison a part of them, of course, at the sac bunt last inning. And a ground out to second, but of course had that hit by a pitch, which started the monster rally in the second inning. First pitch to Garrison. Inside for a ball. Irvin at second. Garrison the shortstop. Rocking the high socks. Got to say I like it. The stirrups.
Yes.
Not a lot of high school kids are brave
No.
enough to rock the stirrups
Right.
now.
It's old school.
Outside for a ball. It'll be 2-0. Beautiful scene here at Frawley Stadium, seeing the red lights of all the cars passing on 95.
Yeah, there's nothing better than coming here to watch a baseball game.
Well, if it was about 30, 50 degrees
Yes.
warmer.
Right. We need that summer weather.
3-0 the count, 2 outs. Kicks and fires, and that one will be another walk. Hayden Arch is not almost as a rough game as Ellis Dorr has had. About 5 runs since, of course, Dorr's departure. With 2 on, and Brandon Hatch come to the plate. He, of course, has reached all 3 times and is still a double and a home run short of the cycle. Hatch, the third baseman, had that triple in the second, single in the third, and walked in the fourth, batting for the 4th consecutive inning. There's a single for him, and we'll see if they can get a runner home. Here comes Sam Irvin to the plate. No cutoff. Bat in the way. Still scores. And it'll be 12-2.
Good piece of hitting there. Drives in the run, and now a 10-run lead.
So Hatch, 3 hits for him. And of course, a ton of RBIs. He nonetheless will be our player of the game when this one wraps up. 12-2. Still 2 on, 2 out. And 2-out rallies again been the theme here as we send Kyle Mayer to the plate. This one in there for a strike.
Again, like you said, 2-out rallies have been the key in this game. And good piece of hitting. 11 hits for the Caesar Rodney offense.
Just about 9 o'clock here at Frawley Stadium. Foul tip there for Kyle Mayer. Looks like he'll get the assignment to close this one out in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, we saw him come in and make that great defensive play to end the last inning.
Of course, when he comes back, he has a tall task ahead of him. He has Hayden Harch, of course, who's pitching. Got a double in the top of the 3rd. He'll have Kevin Boublil as well, and Logan Vivian. Inside, almost grazing the brim of the helmet there. I'll go to 1-1. Eleven hits, 12 runs for the Riders. Make it 12 hits. And we'll see if they go with 13 runs. Play at the plate here will be cut off. It will be 13 on 12. And they'll just pour it on. 13-2 is Caesar Rodney.
Yeah, again, great piece of hitting by the Riders here with 2 outs. And now they, like you said, Benny, extend the lead. And every inning, since the first inning, every inning they put up crooked numbers, 4, 3, 2, and now 4 again in this inning.
Zachary McKinney will come to the plate, the senior outfielder, stepping in for Austin Russell, excuse me. That's a Major League Baseball player there.
Yes.
Austin Russell, of course, reached on that fielder's choice to keep the rally alive in the third, and a hit by a pitch in the second.
Doing a good job of getting on base.
Another rip single, but a great play there. Nonchalant as Harch to wrap this one up. So we'll go to the bottom of the fifth for Newark Charter. 11 runs they're down. 10-run rule is in effect. So we'll see if Caesar Rodney can shut this one down on 302 Sports.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
Welcome back to 302 Sports. Benny Pennell alongside Jason Winchell getting the final line on Hayden Harch in case Newark Charter's not able to rally back from 11 runs down. Kyle Mayer, of course, came in last inning. Only threw one pitch, got one out. He will be in line to close this one out. No save situation here, though. He'll face 3 pretty tough hitters for the Patriots of Newark Charter. That'll be Hayden Harch himself, Kevin Boublil, and Logan Vivian. Of course, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, the core of this lineup for the Patriots.
Yeah, and like you said, with the 11-run lead, and we're in the 5th inning here, the 10-run rule comes into effect. So Newark Charter will have to score twice in this inning to extend the game.
Hayden Harch, he will possibly end his line, 2 2/3 innings, allowing 7 runs, 7 earned, no hit batters, but did walk 4 and gave up 6 hits, while striking out 1 in his 2 2/3. Of course, Ellis Dorr early on, 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts for him, 3 walks, 2 hit batters, 6 hits, and 6 runs, 4 of those being earned.
Yeah, and with a game coming up Monday, like we said, they did not want to have to use another pitcher because they need arms against Lazy Animal on Monday afternoon. As Sally's will go down to Newark Charter at Leroy Park and play a game.
So Kyle Mayer's second pitch will be delivered to the man to start this one out. It's Hayden Harch. Inside to Harch, and he throws his first ball of the outing. Rip single up the middle for Hayden Harch, helping his own cause there, a leadoff base hit. And, of course, they'll need a few more of those to eat into this 13-2 deficit.
Good piece of hitting there up the middle. And we've seen that now with both his batters he faced. The first batter, he made a great stab to end last inning, and now a hit up the middle to start this inning.
Here comes Kevin Boublil. Boublil on the day had a double back in the third. He fouls this one off.
And again, Newark Charter needs 2 runs to extend this game.
Len, did you get my text? Huh? You get my text?
That's a good job there by the umpire. Going out to give the catcher who took the foul ball off his chest, give him some time.
This one fouled away by Boublil. It'll go to 0-2. Runner on first. Looks like we're getting a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for Logan Vivian.
Wow.
You were looking at your phone. I figured you needed to see that. What? You were looking at your phone. I figured you needed to text me.
0-2 delivery for Mayer. This one grounded to short. Garrison, trying to get an out there, but it'll be an error on the shortstop. And it'll reach there is Kevin Boublil. So no hitter for Logan Vivian. Mayer coming set. He'll pop this one up. Behind us, it'll go foul. Bouncing right before us. It's Matthews. Matthews. One count now.
I believe that was no pitch, Benny.
Oh, no pitch.
I believe they gave time to the batter.
Well, Matthews is the stellar ace for Newark Charter. 5 strikeouts in his game against Apo.
And I'm sure he will be pitching against Louisiana on Monday.
0-2 count, 2 on, nobody out. That one's wide, and that'll advance the runners a little further. Those 2 important runs because you're trying to break the 10-run rule, and they're in great position to do it.
Yeah, still nobody out here.
Kyle Mayer comes set and delivers. This one, a line drive to right field, corralled. And we'll see if they get a play at the plate. They won't. Wide throw. It'll be back to 10 runs now. 13-3, Newark Charter. Plate and cross is Hayden Harch, or Brett Lesher scoring for Hayden Harch. So sack fly and an RBI for Gene Matthews.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Drives in the run. But again, CR, you get the out, keep the runner at second base.
Ryan Walsh comes to the plate. 2 at-bats. He is struck out and grounded out. Excuse me, Brett Lesher is the batter.
Runner going.
Play at third,
He's
and
out.
he is out. That was an ill-advised steal attempt at third for Boublil.
Yes.
I don't understand that at all.
No.
All right, I did.
And now you got 2 outs and nobody on.
Now with 2 outs, Brett Lesher. And 2 strikes to him. This could be the final pitch of the game. Mayer winds and delivers that one inside.
Your dad just gave me a nub. Your dad just gave me a nub.
I know Lesher didn't tell him to do that. Lesher played a lot of ball.
That one almost caught the edge of the plate. Jeff Gravitt thought that one, of course, was going to be the wrap-up here.
He was coming right out of the dugout.
One more for Kyle Mayer. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 10-run lead. That one inside. It'll go to full count now. New batter on deck as well, so looks like Newark Charter starting to empty their bench a little bit. Ground ball to second. He'll pick and throw, and it pulled him off the bag. It pulled him off the bag. An error on the second baseman. Oh, Jackson Rull pulled him off the bag on a bad throw, and the inning will stay alive for Newark Charter.
Number 28, Ben Duberg.
That'll be a swing and a miss.
He's gonna hit his double.
Good job getting ahead of the batter.
That one inside for a ball. So Brett Lesher on first. Dewberry, the senior. Inside. Ugh. Almost buzzed the jersey. We'll go to 2-1.
We've seen a lot of pitches inside today.
Of course, still early on in the season. It's
Yep.
cold.
Yeah,
Probably tough
absolutely.
to grip the ball.
And some teams have played more games than others.
That'll be a strike, so it draws even now, 2-2 with 2 outs. Kyle Mayer comes set. Dixon delivers this one, hit up the elevator shaft. Goes to first, and it does! It does, but he's got to pick that one up because, they're going to call the infield fly rule. Or, it's a foul ball.
Foul ball, I believe.
No.
No?
It's not a foul ball.
It's a dead ball.
I don't think that was a foul ball either.
That looked,
Foul ball.
but that looked fair.
It looked fair from here.
What the helmet is going on?
Wow. Woo.
Oh, chaos here, the
Yeah.
final out of this one. 10-run rule is in play. Of course, Caesar Rodney has that. Newark Charter trying to stay alive, and they will on a ball. Full count, runner at first. He, of course, is the rule-breaking runner.
Payoff pitch.
He will
He's
be
gonna
off
on
at the
run.
pitch. Mayer stretches, checks swing, of course, fouled back on the net. Ben Dewberry getting all his money's worth in this at-bat.
He thought he was on first base.
I still think that was
Yeah.
that hit
Yeah,
fair.
That
yeah.
hit past the first base bag.
That's good replay, Len.
Swing and a miss, but he fouled it away.
Yeah, but infield flies.
His 17th foul tech.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. There is no infield fly. 2 outs.
Yeah, it's less than 2 outs. Less than 2, and it's going to be runners on first and second base. Bases loaded.
Yep.
Full count once again. Making Kyle Mayer work.
The runner will be
Newark
off.
Charter has scored in this inning, and it's outside. So that'll move that rule-breaking runner for the 10-run rule 90 feet in a scoring position as Dewberry draws himself a walk.
Benny, it seems like the last out is always the hardest to get.
It is very difficult to get. Of course, to recap for you, Brett Lesher reaching on an error by the second baseman, Jackson Rawl. Of course, now a walk to Benjamin Dewberry. And now here comes another Ben. It's Ben Scannell. Check that. Batting for Ben Scannell is Lucas McCall. McCulley.
Get off phone.
1-0 count to McCulley. And our grounder to short, flips it to second, and the 10-run rule in effect. This one is over. Dominating performance by the Riders, who routs the Newark Charter Patriots 13-3 here, Jason. 12 hits for the Riders, only 5 for Newark Charter, but wow, an impressive performance by that offense
I
for
was
the
just going to
Riders.
say that is an impressive performance by the Riders offense, except for the first inning where they didn't score. It went 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 4 again in the fifth. So, an impressive performance for the offense.
Of course, for Newark Charter, they moved to 0-4 on the season. Of course, dropping this home game. They are 0-3 on the road. Of course, coming up on Monday, they face Salesianum. For Newark Charter, a young baseball program, but one off to a bit of a rough start.
Yeah, and like you said, they had a great year last year, Benny, and we had them up in the 302 Sports Top 10 poll to start the season, but a rough start. I know their schedule was strong at the beginning of the year, and they continue strong with Salesianum coming up, but a young team just needs a performance where they can get a win and get that mojo back.
Oh, for the recap here, Matt Atkinson pitched pretty well for Caesar Rodney, going 3 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts for him, 2 walks, a hit batter, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs allowed as well. For Kyle Mayer, well, he allowed about 2 hits, 1 run, no hit batters, and a walk in 1 1/3 innings. For, of course, the pitching for Newark Charter, Ellis Dora had better innings for him, or better innings to come for him.
Yeah.
2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 6 hits and runs allowed, and 2 hit batters. And Hayden Harch, a rough outing for him, 2 2/3, no hit batters, but he did walk 4, 1 strikeout, 6 hits, 7 runs, 9 earned. 13-3 is the score for myself, Benny Pennell, alongside Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday, and, of course, Len Evans, the cameraman. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a little after 9, so plenty of time left on your Saturday nights. We'll wrap this one up for 302 Sports. Final score, 13-3 in favor of Caesar Rodney, who advances to 5-1 on the season, 4-0 on the road.